You know how the story goes? Or do you? Sometimes a fairy tale gets a little twisted.
Modzoni hits.
Jack and Jill went up the hill to get a little high. Sat and talked for hours how they wanted more from life. She promised him forever as she looked him in the eyes. Little did Jack know that every word of it was lies. And it all came tumbling down when he found out she's sleeping around. Oh, where does he leave those promises now? King of the hill, but she's broken his crown. As his heart sings, his head's in the clouds. You left him solo with her goodbye. Now Jack's just getting high. And sometimes goes up the hill to think back on those times. Looks out on the world, wonders what Jack made his life. She promised him forever when she looked him in the eyes. She knew then that every single word of it was lies. All come tumbling down and she found out he's moved out of town. What goes round always comes back around. She said, I needed freedom, like that justifies the mess. But freedom don't mean fucking your best friend in his bed. Yeah, she picked up the pieces, tossed them off the edge. Now she's begging the wind to carry her remorse instead. Yeah. Jack and Jill went up the hill to get a little high. Sat and talked for hours how they wanted more from life. She promised him forever as she looked him in the eyes. Little did Jack know that every word of it was lies. And it all came tumbling down when he found out she's sleeping around. Oh, where does he leave those promises now? King of the hill, but she's broken his crown. As his heart sings, his head's in the clouds. She wrote him a letter, burned it with pride. Just like the night she let that stranger inside. Now the guilt's a drug and she's overdosing slow. Cause the high she chased left her nowhere to go. And did you think he wouldn't find you out your silk sheets, whispering his name while you were giving him your mouth? Was his love not enough to get you off? Did you need his dirty touch to feel like you were enough? That hill was their kingdom, caught in a blast. They built it on promises they knew wouldn't last. A pail full of bullshit, a future so vast. Now it's just a memory, shattered like glass. Shattered like glass, yeah. It all came crashing past. That picket fence was a fucking cage. The sweet routine a bore. She needed new hands on her body, a different kind of war. Sweating cheap liquor on the backseat of a car. The thrill of the secret, pushing everything too far. While Jack was at home sleeping, she'd creep out the door. Fucking for sport, always coming back for more. She'd crawl into his arms and whisper his name. A twisted addiction to a sick, fucked up game. Jill's down at the bottom, sipping on her cheap regrets. Tracing all the bruises from the men that she lets. Fill the empty space he left, but it's a losing fight. Cause no one holds her tight like he did on the starlit night. She screams into the silence, but the silence never tells why she threw away heaven for a cheap taste of hell. Now she's just another story that the neighbors tell at night. About the girl who sold her soul for a high with no light. Jack and Jill went up the hill to get a little high. Sat and talked for hours how they wanted more from life. She promised him forever as she looked him in the eyes. Little did Jack know that every word of it was lies. And it all came tumbling down when he found out she's sleeping around. Oh, where does he leave those promises now? King of the hill, but she's broken his crown. As his heart sings, his head's in the clouds. Now Jack's the king of getting faded, bottle full of pills. Fuck your happy endings in these Canadian hills. He found her text, a fucking mess of come-overs and be-mines with some other motherfucker. She was passing all her time. He took his heart back from that bitch. It's permanently broke. Her forever was a line, just another fucking joke. He's living in the aftermath, a ghost inside his room, getting lost inside the haze to numb the fucking gloom. A new girl each night with a blank pretty face tries to find Jill's ghost in this godforsaken place. He calls out her name when he's lost in the chase, but they just moan louder trying to fill up the space. He buys them their poison, he pours them their drinks. He tells them he loves them but never once thinks about a future. He's living on the brink, another body to fuck, another soul to the sink. And Jill heard the stories, they travel so fast, about the king in his castle, a shadow he cast. She broke his crown but he built a new one to last. While she's stuck on their hill, a ghost of the past. She thought she was winning, running the game. Now she just gets high and whispers his name. Yeah, she gets so high and whispers his name.